Well, hello there, guys. We've got another Graviteam Tactics Mius front battle for you. This time, of course, we're using the Croatian Legion mod, and we are defending against the Croatian Legion. Of course, a lot of the Croatian Legion had German support, certainly German training. We're playing as the Soviets in this one and trying to see if we can't defend this town. We've got a lot of dug-in troops, so I think we're going to be okay. I think we can manage this one, but this is going to be a nasty battle for sure. Another thing to consider is I think the enemy might have tanks. I'm not 100% sure on that, but we definitely want to make sure that we hold the town here. That's our only job, is to hold this town against the fascist oppression of the Croats. And of course, to all my Croat subscribers, I love you guys. We've actually got a few, and we're going to go ahead and get started here. I want to take a look at the position of my men. A lot of them are dug in. They've got trenches. And of course, as you could imagine, having trenches is pretty great, especially when you've got some machine guns, some mortars, etc. So we are going to begin here. And as you can see, we've got no commander for that unit. Hopefully we have a commander for our other units. Don't tell me. Oh, there we go. But we could be missing quite a few. This has been a long fight, and I always do these battles in the middle of a campaign or something like this, so you guys sort of get an idea. But we have a lot of mortars, and I think I'm going to go ahead and maybe grab one of our men in the trenches, maybe Machalevko, and just go and hunt for enemy troops. As you guys know, I don't want to bore you with just the movement of the men. I want to get you guys the action you deserve, so I will be back. But if you guys like to see sort of these positions in the trenches and like to see what our men are doing, let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Well, that happened quickly, guys. We've already got some enemy infantry attacking our frontal lines, and as you can see, this is a pretty bad place to attack from. They're in an open field, but they do have a few hay bales sort of covering them. I'm hoping that our mortars will hit home and get some kills here. You can see those Germans and Croatians moving up very quickly. And some of them are already kind of wounded. Some of them have already gotten hit, but no deaths yet as far as I can see. We need to get our mortars in action, so I hope they start firing very soon. I think they're probably just loading up at this point, and we could probably get some action on those firing mortars very soon. Let's hope that this commander is not an idiot and sees the enemy. Come on. He's trying to look for them. Just look through the trees. I mean, for God's sake, we can see them. Then again, on a battlefield like this and on a really realistic simulation like Graviteam, you probably couldn't see these guys. You wouldn't have these dots guiding you. You would have to eventually spot them through your binoculars, and it's pretty hard to see over here, although I think just seeing where the shots are coming from would be helpful enough to get some kills. Let's have the entire platoon aim. We've also got a lot of enemies over here to the left and a lot of enemies over here. As you can see, they're almost going on a Soviet-style charge. They're almost taking our tactics. They are attacking on a massive front here and trying to stop us. So we've got to kill these guys. Come on, Moshalenko. Someone get a freaking mortar shot. Here we go. There's some return fire. That's what I like to see, boys. Use those machine guns. I know they're pretty, but they're not just there to be looked at. And I know the Commissar doesn't like it when you waste ammunition. But at this point, guys, we've got to aim at all of the enemy here. Look at how many of them there are. So they're all over the place. They're even over here on our flanks, on our left flank. I knew this was going to be a tough battle, but our goal here is to try and damage the enemy as much as possible and hold the town. Really, our goal is to hold the town. I'm not so sure we can do that. Now, thankfully, Moshalenko has finally started firing. It's about damn time. There we go, baby. Get some kills. And it looks like he's actually firing quite far. Maybe, just maybe, our mortars can't fire that close. So we're actually hitting this position over here, and I love to see this. They are taking cover big time. Ooh, that is a kill. Look at that one, guys. That was a beautiful one. If we can get some beautiful mortar shots over here, we can wipe these guys out. I've got to take this gun out. I'm already going to start aiming there. So we'll take one of our mortar crews and just focus fire on that gun. But it's great to see that finally we are the ones using artillery. And once again, I keep saying mortars and artillery. I don't know if mortars classify as artillery. I would imagine they do. They're projectiles fired, you know, at the enemy that explode. But I think it would probably be a very light artillery. Probably the correct designation for mortars. But look at this, guys. We're blowing the hell out of the enemy. We are just destroying them. Their commanders seem to be smart enough. Maybe they've been in World War I. Maybe they've gotten prior training in World War II. That they kind of know how to get out of the way of these mortars, most of them. but I don't think that's going to last for long, and hopefully the mortars will save the day in this battle. You already see Martyushko is firing, so we've got some men over here. He's using a freaking anti-tank gun. This is Gaddafi status, guys. I don't know if I feel good about this. This might go against the Geneva Convention. Oh wait, we don't care about the Geneva Convention. Of course not. It is for silly people and bureaucrats and capitalists. Kill all enemy troops. So once again, as long as we can get these guys firing, I'm going to feel really good about this. Look at those mortars, man. We are just absolutely destroying them. These guys are actually able to hit the enemy quite close up because they're quite far away. And I'd love to see that. The enemy's getting hit heavily at this point. And we are in a really good defensive position. Now, the enemy's asking for a ceasefire, guys. This is beautiful. It's quite rare, honestly, in this campaign for the enemy to ask for a ceasefire because the Croatian Legion is so OP at times in this campaign, not always. So we're going to keep on fighting. In fact, I'm going to start moving my boys, put a few over here in this building, make sure he can get some shots. And I think the goal here is to make the enemy retreat. Sure, we're holding a position, but if they retreat, we take the crossroads as well. I am not giving up, my friends. We'll fight till the end. And if you support fighting till the end, hit that like button and also put on your support for the glorious Soviet Union down below. Because we're going to get a victory here, guys. And I have to keep using these mortars. They're just wonderful. I mean, I can imagine for the soldiers here, the Germans, they are in hell right now. I mean, we can just see all the dead Germans from the mortar strikes, dead Germans and Croatians. Remember, it's mixed units. But man, that's hardcore. And I think we should keep on doing it. We need to wipe out as many enemies as we can. Sure, we can maybe take a ceasefire, but right now we're focusing on destroying the enemy troops. Boom! Another one. This one's definitely taking cover. You just can't withstand this amount of force. We've also got some supply units back here. In this battle, I actually had the common sense to keep them behind the lines. We did just lose a commander, though. So what I'm going to do is actually move these guys up and try to engage even these guys. But our main focus is going to be the enemy in front of us. But you can see we're getting some nasty shots from enemy machine guns from over there on our left, their right. Here we go. Looking at it from the German perspective, this Croat Legion and German Legion is destroyed. We crushed them. I can even try an attack if I really want to be cocky, but I think we're going to be the craziest Soviet unit in the sense that what we're going to do is we're going to defend. We're not going to attack. And there we go. You can see those explosions happening off in the distance. Just absolutely beautiful, and I'm sure that's netting us a ton of kills. Don't stop. Now with these guys on the left, I think we absolutely and unfortunately have to shift our attention here to the enemy. And it looks like some of them have already been doing that. We can actually see some shots being shot here. But the enemy's actually in a pretty good location in terms of this sort of ravine. There's a bit of cover here, and especially from artillery shells. So they're moving up. They've got some machine guns. Yeah, we might eventually accept that ceasefire. Who knows? For now, we're keeping the firepower up, guys. Even our artillery, or actually I think it's an AT gun, but it's being used as artillery right now. Even this thing is firing at the enemy. So I say keep it up. Try and kill as many as possible, especially if the enemy don't have tanks. Look at that! Oh, man! It doesn't just kill tanks. Definitely kills enemy soldiers as well. Fire to Barrage. Now they're firing a bit closer, and I do see the enemy getting closer to our lines. That's definitely a cause for concern. Maybe so much a cause for concern that I take that ceasefire. But for now, we keep it up. We've got plenty of men here as well. Make sure they're aiming at the enemy, and some of them are already starting to fire. We've obviously got some woods here that are blocking some of our firepower. We can move into those woods, but again, I'm trying to play defensively. Out of ammo? What is out of ammo? It's going to be a mortar for sure. Yep. The enemy's actually getting some really effective machine gun fire on us right now. Our boys are fighting, but it's a rough fight. Goshilev might even be killed. Does not matter. Comrade Stalin already ordered his death years ago. That being said, I'd love him to kill this German officer. There's fire around this son of a bitch. Come on, it's gonna kill. Yeah, baby, that is a mortar kill. That is ultimate mortar ponage right there. In Graviteam Tactics, we're going to keep on aiming, guys. We're not stopping, but I think we're in a position now where the enemy might realize that they have a way out. They might stop the ceasefire, and of course that's an option. They can do that if they want. So eventually here, we're going to go ahead and take the deal. When you get a good deal, you take it as soon as possible, until the enemy realizes that they've actually made a bad deal giving you a way out of this fight. Because the closer they get, we can see these guys are determined. They're definitely bloodied up. Look, we shot this Croatian's nose off. But they could certainly get close enough to take our point. And I'm thinking accepting a ceasefire, holding his position, and being able to reinforce them for another fight. If you guys want to see part 2 of this fight, maybe that's an option. As you can see, woo! Look at that. That is some serious mortar damage. I just can't stop. Look at all these dead Germans and Croatians. I mean, this is crazy. I think we've got to keep up the fire at least for a little longer. Just a little bit longer. Alright, I'll stop. Sorry. Still so many enemies, of course. I mean, this is in no way the end of this particular attack by the Croatian Legion. They just have so many guys there, and our best bet is to try and kill as many as we can while we hold this town. Come on, boys. Man, I love that anti-tank gun. Oh yeah. We can definitely also see here in this Let's Play, this video, this battle, we haven't used our machine guns or our rifles as much as we have in our last battles. We've really mostly used mortar fire, so I really want to see how effective that mortar fire has been throughout this entire thing. I mean, we've managed to keep the enemy at bay. We've managed to secure a ceasefire. I'm going to take that ceasefire probably in about a minute here, because I think we've done all the damage we're going to do. And at this point, we just kind of risk getting our asses kicked by the enemy. Sure, we can keep with the fire a little bit longer, but ultimately, I think it's time to go ahead and accept the situation. Of course, we could reinforce this position even more now. And some of these Germans, honestly, these Croatians and these Germans, I feel a little bad for them. I know I probably shouldn't. Ustaše, right? That is what you call the Ustaše. I think so, the Croatian Legion. Go ahead and accept the ceasefire. So there we go, 29 seconds till the end of the battle. I am hoping we can get some some nice kills. New or nice, yeah, they're both correct against the enemy here. If we can get maybe a few more mortar kills, you can actually see that our bullets are strafing the enemy, and we certainly could have kept this fight up and probably done just fine, but I did want to end it, and I wanted to see how effective the mortar fire was. So it was pretty damn effective, if I don't say so myself. We can see the evidence of it on the field, but let's take a look. So here we go, minor victory, pretty nice. We lost 3 killed, 3 wounded. The enemy lost 33 killed, 44 wounded, 44 heavily wounded, 10 wounded. Guys, this was a major victory. Look at all the officers we just killed here. I'm going to get rid of that ugly pattern. All those flags represent enemy officers, so we've already killed so many of the enemy here, and some areas were just vicious. But we did an amazing job. We held our lines, we killed the enemy, we got a minor victory. I mean, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it is what it is. And I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and take a look at our other Graviteam Tactics Mius Front videos in our playlist section. Thank you so much, take care, have an awesome day.